Trump is like the one thing everyone agrees that is like fucked up. Like everybody. Everybody.
What the hell is going on in Chicago? What the hell is happening there?
If Chicago doesn't fix the horrible carnage going on, I will send in the feds. Go after the criminal aliens, arrest them, deport them, and it doesn't give a hoot what Chicago's mayor says about it.
And so we've declared Chicago is going to be a Trump-free zone.
No Cop Academy! 95 mil for community.
And there is a shortage of values about what is right, what is wrong, what is acceptable, what is condoned, and what is condemned.
I think that before Trump got elected, there were a lot of organizations that would have identified as liberal, who would have campaigned for Hillary Clinton, who believed that the Democrats had our backs. And I think they also believed that disenfranchised poor white people weren't so fed up with our system that they would turn to such a blatant white supremacist.
Young people in the community, they're oblivious to a lot of stuff because it hasn't impacted them.
They ain't really follow politics too much, man. Hey, they ain't paying me, I ain't in office.
A lot of progressive groups, groups with intersectional politics, we're pointing to the same problems that Trump represents, but we're understanding that it's not Donald Trump that's the problem, it's our society that is pointing to the result of a Donald Trump being our president.
It ain't benefiting me. All it's doing is telling us what we gotta do.
I think back to, when I was young and oblivious to certain institutions and systems. I mean, it's just that, unless something directly impacts me and it shows up on my radar, then I'm not thinking about it because I'm thinking about my day-to-day. How am I surviving? How am I eating?
Dude's so immature and whatever, but from what I get from him, the vibe I get from him, he just don't want lazy motherfuckers in his country, or motherfuckers that's taken away from his people. I don't know if he a good dude or not. I don't pay attention, bro. I really don't give a fuck, bro.
He bogus as hell for taking me to immigrants from their
He
family.
is, bro. But that's bogus as hell.
Shit, he feel like they ain't belong here. You feel me? But I really fucks with them because they really do all the work that nobody else wanted to do.
See, that's like waking up. Okay, tonight I'm working a regular life. Tomorrow I got the federales at my door talking about, yeah, it's time to pack up. You going back?
And you went like a concentration camp, aluminum.
You just had a daughter.
He bogus as hell. He should let them people be.
It's still the same. Like on the street, yeah, you have people who are like, oh, I want to get involved, but you still have those people who need to be tapped into who just feel like, no, nothing's gonna change. This is who we are. We've always been at the bottom of the barrel.
If young people aren't politicized, if they aren't, in these sort of social justice spheres, Trump is something on the peripheral.
He looking at everybody like they supposed to get like him. How? When we come from the bottom of the bottom, fam. You already been at the top. So you can't take away welfare. You can't. That's just gonna cause murder.
Is anyone you know affected by the budget crisis? What do you feel like you need in your community? So actually like finding out what they care about and then tying that into organizing and how by them advocating or researching or getting more involved in this issue or issue that they care about can be the first step to like mobilizing.
They also didn't hold no real opinion about Obama either. Like for them, Obama was just something outside of like, yeah, that's cool, we got a black president, but I still gotta eat tomorrow.
Oh, so you feel me? I respect Obama because he black, but shit, he ain't help like this. He ain't help this murder rate shit, this street shit. That down, shit. He probably helped in a lot of ways, and I respect him for that, but he ain't help shit. He ain't pop out to hood. But that shit mean a lot coming from a black president.
It really depends on who you're talking to and what that means. But I think that behooves us as activists and organizers to not only educate people about that, but really come up with framework to alleviate a lot of the fucked up shit that people are about to feel, especially around housing, access to health care.
Because if I'm telling you, you can have another set of friends who's like, oh, you bring them back this information, now we all ready to be like, yo, we're not happy and we want to make a change and we want to make a difference.
Other people sitting on this budget for over 2 years, that's directly impacting our communities. But people in the hood don't know that. They don't know that they deserve millions of dollars to be invested into their community. You know, we have to, play that bridge. Because if not, people aren't gonna feel it till it's too late.
It's a problem with our society in terms of like us and celebrity culture in general. The same thing happens on like the positive end of the spectrum, where we champion certain individuals for making like contributions rather than organizations coalescing together to fight systemic oppression. We'll celebrate this guy donates this much amount of money to whatever, but not these several organizations that have been working together to like remedy the issue.
Well, I think it's great that people wanted to be involved or want to be involved now because of Trump, but I think it's also a disservice to the people who have been doing the work.
Oh, Martin Luther King got us here. Are you Martin or Malcolm? Like, it's way simpler to say that instead of like, well, Martin Luther King had the SCLC and they were funded by like black people just going to church every Sunday and they had different meetings here and there. And when Martin Luther King was in Memphis, like
that's really how like society is, because it's usually not until it hits home for you that you want to actually do something.
I don't know what it is about like a certain man or personality that's able to galvanize like that much hate and that much attention versus public policy not doing so. But when a headline reads, this many schools closing, you'd be like, damn, that's unfortunate. We live with this shit every day. Like just a couple of blocks from here is O Block. We see the killings and we see the divestment and we see the lack of care and concern. We go into these schools, we see the lack of no fucking counselors, no librarians, but you got a cop there, you got a couple of cops there. It's like, it's ridiculous. And that type of shit should have folks out every day.
Well, I got to Chicago a couple of hours ago, and we had some protesters outside, which was probably 2,000 or 3,000.
For the safety of all the tens of thousands of people that have gathered in and around the arena, tonight's rally will be postponed until another day. Thank you very much for your attendance.
We went down there solely to be like, nah, we ain't taking this shit. And it was beautiful to see. It was beautiful to see a lot of people together just to get Trump the fuck out of Chicago.
I think a lot of people right now are questioning what the left needs to do to essentially get it together enough to make sure this doesn't happen again.
I would love to see like that, the city unite like that when schools get closed and over healthcare and shit.
And not just to kick Trump out and if Trump is out then we've won, but to understand what led Trump to office in the first place, how it got so bad and how we became so divided that we can elect somebody like that to office.
And we as a city, in every corner, have an accountability and a responsibility.
If there was like a big demonstration like that, like outside of Rahm's house for like schools, you know what I'm saying? Because Trump wasn't even in office then. He was just on the campaign trail, but we didn't want him in our fucking city, but we live with Rahm Emanuel every day.
We got in a hole when I'm blood, Rahm Emanuel, we finna comfort you. You and Anita Alvarez, get it too comfortable. Need to resign, the time is now, nobody fucks with you, so the hell with you. And your tourists that don't come past the loop, we taking the L, taking bullets and taking crap from you. You robbing our hoods, closing our clinics, and you close our schools. Dismantling is fucked up, our structure is...
Fuck Donald Trump. Period. He ain't shit. He just rich. I ain't vote for him. I'll say that.